Hi there. My name is Jeff Klein, and for the last 3 years, I've had the privilege of serving as the president of BMH-BJ Synagogue. Throughout my tenure as president, I've oftentimes asked the congregation, what does the shul mean to you? As we enter the Yom Kippur holiday, now is the time to share that information. So in a moment, you're going to see some videos in these times we're living in today, videos as opposed to people in person. But equally as important is their message of what the shul means to them.
When trying to answer the question why the shul is important to me, I can come up with many, many answers. But the one that comes to my mind first is certainly community. The community has been there for me for many, many years and for many, many different times in my life. When both of my parents passed away, the community was there to help support me. And because of that, I like to do something that we call pay it forward. I like to be there for others, to make sure there's a minyan in the morning so they can say the Kaddish, so they can feel supportive. The shul is there for me during joyous occasions, during my daughter and son-in-law's wedding, during my grandson's bris, just many, many different things. The shul has been there for me. It's an amazing place. And it's hard really to convince people of this. You have to come and see it. You need to come on a regular basis. We've been davening in the sukkah in the morning during this time because of being socially distant. And I have to tell you, I felt more spiritually inclined in the sukkah than I did inside, because we are closer now. We are closer spiritually outside in the sukkah because we know it's something that's different. We know that it's something that's even more special. We know that we need to get a minyan for those who are saying Kaddish. This place is a pretty cool place, and I'm glad that I'm a part of it.
Hi, my name's Jessica Mulverhill, and my family has 2 kids in the preschool. And we've just been so appreciative to have the preschool open through the summer and the beginning of this school year, not only so that my husband and I can continue to do our day jobs normally or as normal as possible, but just to be able to give the kids the sense of normalcy to their routine, to being able to see their friends or teachers who give them so much love and care, just to have something that they can look forward to and have normal in their lives when everything else has changed, has been so instrumental and important to us to be able to continue on just doing the things that we like to do and to keep our schedule as normal as possible.
Hello, my name is Shelley Gold. I've been a member of BMH-BJ for a little over 2 years, and I found my religious and spiritual home. From the first day I went to BMH-BJ, I was welcomed by congregants and clergy members. All introduced themselves to me and welcomed me. The cantor, Marty Goldstein, who I had previously known, welcomed me with the big before COVID Marty hug. Rabbi Chai welcomed me and introduced himself to me. This was all I needed, and I became a member the next week. Then I met Eileen Rosen, the executive director, to join, and another very pleasant experience. As time went on, I have met many people that have become good friends. The president, the vice president, the gabbai are all wonderful people and friendly. I attend services every Saturday, and before COVID, I would occasionally attend for mincha services. Again, before COVID, the synagogue had a wonderful kiddush lunch, which became a great time to meet new people. I attend most events at the shul and have become a part of the BMH-BJ family. Being fairly new to Denver, as I have only lived here for 33 years, I have found the spiritual home I have been looking for since I was a child, L'Shana Tova.
What does BMH-BJ mean to me? Well, I grew up there. I've been going since I was a baby. My parents took me with them to Shari Simcha back before it was called that. And I had my bat mitzvah there and continued going even when I was in high school and college. And I would often be the only teenager who showed up to services on a regular basis. But I really loved it. And then I went away and was in the Army for a few years. But every time I would come back, it felt like a little reunion. I'd go join the Kiddush Club, have a l'chaim after services, and it was always great. And I always felt like I belonged there. And then when I came back after the Army, I've been going regularly, and BJ has been there again for me and my family. When my dad got sick, they helped us out and gave us entirely too much food, as is tradition. But, and then with COVID happening, it's been a little crazy lately. But BMH-BJ has been there again, providing services online and during the week, and also having classes, and then now having in-person services as well. And I've been able to go to those and continue to feel like I'm a big part of that Shari Simcha and BMH-BJ community. And I would love to see BMH-BJ continue to grow, and I hope to grow with it. So yes, that's what BMH-BJ means to me.
Hi everyone, this is Matt and Narit Rotbart, Shana Tova. We just want to give a quick shout out about what it means for us to be parents of 3 kids at the BMH-BJ preschool, and how grateful we are for everything that all the staff and teachers do at that school. We've had our kids there for about a year, and we never felt more appreciative of what all the teachers and the staff do than when we had to stay at home with our 3 kids under 5 years old for 3 months while also trying to work 2 jobs. And the day that summer camp opened up and we were able to drop our kids off again with their teachers and their friends who they love so much and feel comfortable and safe with, we just felt a huge sense of relief and realized how lucky we were to have such a great place to send our kids to.
Just to piggyback off of what Matt said, BMH has just always felt like home for us. From the very first day we stepped into one of the classrooms and the kids ran up to our kid and gave them hugs, and it feels like our home away from home. It's so important that when you drop your kids off for the day that you feel safe and that you don't have to think about whether or not they're okay. There's great communication with both the staff and the teachers, and we just feel really lucky to have found such a wonderful community for both of our kids and for us.
So keep up the good work, and we couldn't imagine being anywhere else. Shana Tova to everyone. We look forward to hopefully seeing people in person in the near future. Hopefully before 2023.
Let's hope.
Bye.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, Happy New Year and good evening. My name is Harold Feldman. My family, which includes my wife Elaine, our 3 children, and our 4 grandchildren, have been members of Beth Joseph and BMH-BJ for over 40 years.
As I'm sure all of you would agree, we are experiencing things that we have never experienced before in this lifetime. Don't you sometimes feel like you're watching a movie, and not a really good movie, but a scary movie?
We have found comfort and meaningfulness by participating in what my wife affectionately calls the Zoom. That is, we have been attending classes over Zoom with both Rabbi Kaitovsky and Cantor Goldstein. We find ourselves fully engaged and involved in interesting discussions. The topics are both thought-provoking and impactful. We've learned about the true meaning of the mezuzah, the fascinating secrets of the high priest and the temple, and Moses and Mount Sinai, to name just a few.
We especially appreciate and admire how both Rabbi and Cantor have handled these difficult and trying times through the quarantine and pandemic. They have imparted a feeling of inclusivity and calm. Moreover, there is a sense of congregational community that gives us strength and the knowledge that we, BMH-BJ, will survive and emerge intact. So we wish you a Shana Tova, and on behalf of all of our family, we wish you a happy, healthy, and a very sweet 5781.
My name is Mike Rosen, and I'd like to share with you the last 4 months and what the BMH-BJ has meant to me and my family. On May 10th, Mother's Day, our mother, Elaine Rosen, passed away from COVID-19. Needless to say, we were shocked and saddened by the sudden turn in our lives. During normal times, we would have known exactly what we were required to do and wanted to do. A public funeral at Mount Nebo, followed by a Shiva period at our home, and then the 11 months of mourning attending services on a daily basis. But these are different times. We were lost and felt that we were isolated and on our own. In this time of grief, we turned to our synagogue and our BMH-BJ community to help us. Both Rabbi Haitovsky and Cantor Goldstein were there immediately with love, support, and sage advice. We had a funeral with 10 participants, where both the cantor and the rabbi contributed and provided kindness and care. That evening in my home, I was able to attend a virtual minyan, where members of our BMH-BJ community were there to express their grief, pay their respects, and say Kaddish with us. We were not alone. We were surrounded by our BMH-BJ family. Every night that we can meet online, there's a group which included and still includes the Peterson and Wandell families, plus many others that pray together. There are those that can say Kaddish during mourning period or when they have a yurtzeit for a loved one. Within a few weeks of my mother's passing, our board of directors, along with our rabbi and cantor, made a bold, well thought out, and safety-conscious decision to start a morning minyan on June 7th, in the Sukkot, where strict safety protocol has been followed. I cannot express my gratitude enough to our shul and our congregation for being there in this most trying time. COVID-19 is cruel. It took our mother. It has taken away our families, and so much more from the elderly. It has taken away from our normal life. But through all of this, the BMH-BJ, our shul, has not let it defeat us. When we were in need, the synagogue, along with our rabbi and cantor, the staff, the board of directors, and the community stood up and said, "We will not be defeated." Please, I implore you to support our synagogue, to give generously of your time and your money. In times of trouble, when you are lost and need a place to turn, our synagogue will support you. Please support it. Thank you.
Hi again. Thank you for taking the time to watch those videos and to hear from some of our friends what the shul means to them. This time of year, we come to you for our annual high holiday appeal. We appeal for your time, for your ideas, and yes, for your money, to help maintain and sustain BMH-BJ congregation. When I think about what the shul means to me, and I hope what it means to you, in these extraordinary times, I can't help but to think about all the businesses that have been closed, whether it's a restaurant, a store, people that have been displaced. The one thing that's not closed and hasn't been displaced is BMH-BJ, your congregation, your synagogue, a social, cultural, religious, and social hub for you and for our community. So at this time, as we have every year, I ask you to think about making a pledge to our high holiday appeal. Please take a look at that pledge card and punch down that tab and send that back to us. Or call Eileen Rosen at our synagogue with your generous pledge. I think about you, I think about our synagogue, and I think about the strange times we're living in. Now more than ever, we need you. And now more than ever, we hope you need our synagogue. Thank you very much. And again, I wish you and yours a very happy, healthy, prosperous new year. And thank you for whatever you can do for your congregation.